You know what's strange? When you stop messaging her and she stops messaging you, it feels like nothing is going on. Like silence means it's over. But here is the reality: the game doesn't end when communication is over. It flips. Because silence is not the absence of emotion. It is the point where the emotion eventually manifests itself. When two individuals go silent, one begins to reflect. The other begins to worry. And the one who remains calm in that silence, that is the one who controls the power. So stay with me. By the end of this video, you will find out why silence speaks louder than any message you could ever send. Modern dating is founded on chaos, frequent pings, stories, updates, and approval loops. We are all obsessed with being seen. But silence? Silence breaks that illusion. It creates the void where attention once existed. And that void causes reality to come out. When you both stop communicating with each other, that silence turns into a mirror. And what is reflected in that mirror is not about them. It is about you. This is where Stoicism comes in, the ancient skill of emotional control, understanding, and detachment. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If something is not right, do not do it. If something is not true, do not mention it." Silence in its simplest form is both right and true, since it's the lack of manipulation, a refusal to ask for approval. It's brutal sincerity without words. But here's what many individuals never understand: the instant communication stops, and psychology takes control. Let us break it down. When you stop contacting her, two forces start to fight quietly: your ego versus your inner peace. Your ego says, "Text her. Just another message. She will forget you." Your peace says, "Wait, watch. Let her feel your absence." Many men lose right there in that emotional tug-of-war, since silence reveals your attachment. You begin thinking too much: did I do anything wrong? Is she communicating with someone else? Perhaps she's testing me. But here's the painful reality: she is not testing you. Life is. She is in her own silence too. And deep inside her mind, another game starts, the avoidance loop. At first, she feels relief: no pressure, no texts, no expectations. Then the days come and go. That relief develops into curiosity, then into uncertainty, and then into desire. Because what once felt like freedom begins to feel like tragedy. The avoidant mindset only recognizes your value in your absence. When you stop chasing, you stop nourishing her ego. And suddenly, she's forced to cope with the void that your presence used to occupy. Here's what many individuals miss: silence is not passive. It's vitality. It's the time when mental balance recovers. When all the chasing, every effort, and all the control begin to flip. You see, attraction and power cannot be static. They change based on who breaks silence first. The person who remains silent for a longer time is not cold. They are centered. They have stopped bargaining their worth. They have stopped seeking the illusion of connection and begun building presence inside themselves. When you stop reaching out, something fundamental happens. Your silence transforms into a mirror that reflects the other person's behavior. If she were sincere, she would begin to notice your absence and reach out. If she were manipulative, she would look for attention somewhere else. Whatever the case, silence reveals reality quicker than words ever could. And that is the Stoic advantage, the capacity to stand still while the world spins. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but the way you react to it that counts." Your silence is your reaction. It's not a weakness. It's emotional control, the greatest form of strength. Let me talk directly to you right now, because this is the test that determines real power. When you both stop contacting each other, your mind will desire closure. You want to explain or prove something. That's normal. That is human nature. But a Stoic acknowledges that closure doesn't come from conversation. It comes from acceptance. Remember this: if someone sincerely appreciates you, your absence will speak for you. You don't have to remind them of your value. They will detect it in your silence. This is the elegance of emotional control. You stop striving to win people back and begin gaining yourself back. The message is simple: silence is not punishment. It's preservation. You are not ignoring them to manipulate. You are valuing yourself enough to stop justifying your value to somebody who already knows it but chooses to disregard it. And that is where your strength returns. Because if you stop reaching out, you're not actually losing them. You are regaining yourself. So, what does this look like in everyday life? Let's make this realistic. When you both stop communicating, don't fill that silence with fear. Fill it with purpose. Get busy, not as performance, but as progress. Go to the fitness center, read, strengthen your mind, and perfect your skill. Not to grab their attention, but simply to remind yourself of who you are without them. Each moment that you stop yourself from reaching out, you are reprogramming your brain. You are teaching it that tranquility feels better than chasing.